Hello, boys. Hi. Welcome back to Phoenix. Nope. 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors. A lot of nines. We're here at one of the door numbers. Well, actually, not exactly. We're going to the casino. Hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully you can remember where we left off last week. A recap, if you will. Last week, I started a new game. We woke up on an abandoned ship that appears to be a replica of the Titanic or her sister ship, the Gigantic. And there's a man. That's him. That's him right there. His name is Zero. He's making us play a game where we solve puzzles and get into fights with these friends or strangers, acquaintances, if you will. One of them died. He broke the rules and exploded. The rest of us do have bombs somewhere in our bowels, and we don't want them to go off, so I guess we're going to be playing the game as such. And the blind man... Oh, there's a man. He's blind. I'm starting to realize that I'm not very good at recapping. He is highly suspicious. We let him wander off and search on his own, even though he can't see, which seems highly sus to me. And now he's missing, and I think he's up to no good, but we're trying to go look for him. So we do what any group would do best. We decided to split up, gang, and I'm going with my bestie, June. She's kind of like my girlfriend, but not really, and she's a little bit of a nutcase / Reddit conspiracy theorist, so she's going to be going to the casino with me. I'm looking to gamble. She is probably going to tell me some story like the curse of the man-eating slot machine, and I'm gonna drink to that because... Daddy picked up alcohol. So the other thing that I need to make right with the world is that last week John Thomas gave me a shot donation, but I was out of liquor. So I used a White Claw instead, but I'm here to make good on that promise. I got a new bottle of Tito's, and we are going to start today with a little bit of a shot for John Thomas and his shot donation, because I said I would do it, and I'm a man of my word. I got my shot glass, my little buffalo. I know it's blurry. You can't really see it. It says buffalo, and it's a little buffalo. Get ready for the pour, gents. Oh! Tomlia trying to make me spill my liquor.
Tomla has just donated $4. The BLORB jump scare is funny. Just curious, what type of blindness do you think Snake has? BC, depending on what kind of blind he is, him looking for stuff may not be totally unreasonable.
Well, by what the game seems to be implying, with him being led by his sweetheart sister, what's her name, Clover, and the game really seems to be leaning heavy-handed into the fact that it's total, complete blindness. So I'm left to believe that that's the case, but I feel like maybe he's lying. I don't know. It seems sus. Anyways, cheers, boys. This is going to be important. I'm about to spend an evening with June, and if you guys know anything about June, I think doing shots is a must to hang out with her. I'm trying to get a girlfriend. Alcohol is going to be important. All right, boys, here she goes. Whoo! It has been a minute since I have done that. Oh, crying a little bit. That's fine. I'm a man. I can take it. All right. With that out of the way, I think I'm ready to go on a date with my girlfriend to the casino. Let's see how it goes. As always, I appreciate the shot donations very much. Tomlia, thank you for this jump scare donation. We all need a good blorb. Oh my god!
Drink, water, drink, water, bitch.
Josh, stop.
Drink, water, drink, water, drink, water, bitch.
Josh has just donated $9. Remember to drink your water. Let's
All right.
be hydro homies.
I'll get some
laughing
water
face.
too. George trying to get a girlfriend, it really is the worst timeline. Don't worry, Zeph. Alright. we have water. Remember, I appreciate those of you that try to keep me well hydrated equally as much as I appreciate those of you who try to get me shit-faced. Cheers to you. All right. With all of that out of the way, we've once again wasted 10 minutes at the beginning of the stream, so I think now it's only appropriate that I finally get into the game. Let's load her up, boys. Oh my god, Tom Leah, that's not a bad idea at all. If chat ever wants to buy me a pizza, you're completely allowed to. Alright. Hey, sweetie, my girl, June. Darlin'. Beauty, sweetie, honey, hunty, cunty. Listen, I suggest we go to the casino on B deck.
Okay, sounds good.
They took off up the stairs at a run. Before they knew it, they were there. And so was Lotus. She was leaning against the wall, examining her nails. What do you think you're doing? She glanced up at him, unimpressed.
Isn't it obvious? I'm looking for Snake.
I'm just not exactly seeing it.
Really? Maybe you need to look harder.
Junpei didn't think that was the problem.
Oh, by the way, I've got a proposal for you two. Care to hear it?
I like that refuse and leave is an option. Like, I can just be like, I think the fuck not, hunty. I'm the fuck out. I'm on a date with my bitch. We don't got time for you and all that you got going on there on your chest area. We need to do our own thing. Except I'm a gentleman, and if a woman wants to talk to me, I'm absolutely going to listen. All right, what is it?
Well, I don't like to beat around the bush, so I'll get right to it. Why don't we team up?
What? Do you think that this is Survivor? We're not here to make alliances and allegiances. I'm here to get everybody through the end of the game. Even Snake, who might be a villain at this point in time.
Do you need me to explain it to you? I'm saying, why don't we go through a numbered door? Even if we wanted to, I don't think that's possible. And why? Well, Chumpy's bracelet number is 5, and mine is 6. And yours is 8. Our digital root would be 1.
5 plus 6 plus 8 is 19. 1 plus 9 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1, right? Okay, that tracks.
But there's no number 1 door in the large hospital room. The only doors there are 3, 7, and 8. Then why don't we add another person? Huh?
Who?
What? Isn't that easy? 7.
She was right. If they added 7, 5, 6, 7, and 8 would be 26, which would be 2 and 6, which would be 8. And then the 4 of us could go through the numbered 8 door. But now, whoa, slow your roll. What about the other 4?
Well, why don't you add them up?
Yeah, that's simple enough. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 is 10, and then 1 plus 0 is 1, and pardon me. The digital root for those 4 would be 1.
That's right.
But the number 1 door isn't in the big hospital room.
Yes, I'm aware. Are you insinuating we'd leave them behind? Of course not. What kind of a woman do you think I am? Once we get off the ship, we could come back and rescue them. And then we wouldn't really be leaving them behind.
I don't like this idea.
Yeah, don't try to lie to us. I don't think you'd do anything of the sort. Really? And why do you think that? Don't you remember? We have less than 5 hours. Even if we manage to escape, there's no way we would get back to them to rescue them in less than 5 hours. Well, you never know until you try.
No. This is gonna be a hard pass. You're not thinking this through. Even if we brought 7 with us, we wouldn't be able to get off the ship. The 4 of us wouldn't be able to open the number 9 door. Oh, shit! God, I'm so smart, thinking 5 steps ahead. That's right.
It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek a door that carries a 9.
Yeah! Oh, sweetie, put your hands down. We talked about this.
Oh, that's right. But the digital route for us 4 will be 8, and we would need to add Ace to make it 9.
Right. Unless we bring Ace too, we would be stuck. Lotus scratched the back of her ear.
Oh, Well, that's unfortunate.
She didn't sound particularly bothered by what Junpei had said. Nor did she seem particularly surprised.
Let's try and find another way, okay? A way to get out of here with all 8 of us.
Right.
But that's impossible. Are you being serious? You do know that only 5 people at most can go through one of the numbered doors, right? The number 9 isn't going to be an exception to that rule.
Oh, fuck. Are we sure about that?
Regardless, at least 3 people are going to get left behind.
Oh, no. You're right. That's true. The moment he said it, Junpei felt a chill run down his spine. It was true. How Lotus could remain cavalier about such a terrifying prospect was beyond him. When they found the number 9 door, they would have to choose which 3 of them would die. Jesus Christ. Lotus's forehead furrowed.
Do you think I could have a moment alone?
I don't know, I feel like we need to keep this bitch attached at our hip.
There's some things I need to think about.
She's gonna betray us. Oh no, we fucked up. Junpei and June turned and began walking away from Lotus. Talking to her had left them feeling rather ill. Junpei's heart felt heavy and his steps sluggish. But he told himself that pessimism would get him nowhere. So he forced himself to smile and turned to June. Well, let's just focus on finding Snake for now, okay?
Yeah, you're right. We can think about those other things later.
Junpei nodded. Alright, now where should we go? Wait, what the fuck? That was our trip to the casino? Oh, I didn't get to solve a puzzle. I didn't get to play the slot machines. It was just to talk to Lotus? Oh, well, boys, talk about an illusion of choice. Here we are at the selection screen again. I've been duped. It's just picking rooms and then talking to a random person in each room. All right, fine. Let's just go down the list then. Let's go to the first class cabin. Let's go take a look at the first class cabin. It's pretty close. They turned around and took off down the hallway to their left. Outside of the first class cabin, they found Clover. She was standing in front of the wall and staring at a meaningless point on the wall, her eyes blank. What should Junpei do? Well, let's talk. Are you alright? He did his best to sound friendly, but Clover didn't respond. Look, I know you're worried, but, he could think of no words to say that didn't sound hollow and fake. Junpei hesitated. Clover was so consumed by worry and fear that Junpei feared it would crush her. Her actions didn't surprise him. She had suddenly lost her brother, who she seemed to have been very close to.
Alone?
Her voice was thin. It was barely audible.
Alone.
I beg your fucking pardon, sweetheart?
I said leave me alone!
Suddenly, she was screaming.
You're so annoying! Just go away and leave me alone! Just looking at you guys is pissing me off! Now go away! Just go somewhere else and stop bothering me!
Junpei was taken aback. Such anger and hate. Jun's eyes had gone wide with surprise as well.
Why are you still here? Didn't you hear me?
Sweetie.
Fine, forget it. If you aren't gonna leave, then I'm just gonna...
Alright, hunty. God damn, Jun. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
They turned and left Clover. What an unwelcoming bitch of a woman. As they did, Junpei glanced back over his shoulder to see Clover wiping tears from her face. Clover had driven home the misery of their situation, but Junpei told himself that getting depressed would get him nowhere. But depressed. For Clover's sake, they had to find Snake and they had to do it fast. He did his best to push away the misery and depression, and forced a smile. Alright, that was not very fruitful. We already tried the casino. Let's go to the hallway with all the rooms. Hey, why don't we go back to C deck? We can take a look at that hallway, the one with all the rooms.
Okay, let's get going then.
Together, they ran downstairs. Ahead of them, further down the hallway, they spotted Ace. Hey, Snake! Where are you? Answer me if you're there! Junpei paused. What did he want to do? Well, let's run days, I guess. With Jun in tow, Junpei jogged up to Ace. Hearing their footsteps, he turned to greet them. Oh, hello there. Snake is, well, that's pretty obvious, isn't it? I assume you haven't found him yet either? Nope.
I really wonder where he could have gone.
Well, wherever he's disappeared to, we must find him as quickly as we can. For Clover's sake.
Right.
You know, Jun's face kinda looked enraptured.
By the way, do you think Clover and Snake are really siblings?
Huh? Why would you say that? Because I'm highly suspicious of Snake, so actually, I'm gonna support my bestie on this one. Although the question did seem somehow odd to Junpei. Well, it's obvious, isn't it? They don't really look alike at all, for starters. Ace looked at him for a moment, and then he spoke. You know, now that you mention it, they don't. Now that you mention it. Still, there's a great many siblings who don't look like one another. It certainly isn't rare. Junpei wasn't sure why, or even if he was seeing what he thought he was, but he could have sworn that Ace's face tightened as he spoke. At any rate, we really must find Snake as soon as possible. Clock is ticking, and we really can't afford to waste any more time. Right. Yes. I concur, Daddy. Very well, let's get back to the search. You can leave this area to me.
Right, okay. Let's go, Jumpy.
Oh my god, we are getting nowhere fast with these people. Alright. Back at the stairs again. So much to think about. Has to be put aside. Finding Snake is the top priority, right. Alright, where do we go next? Alright, well. What's left on the list? Why don't we go back to the hospital room?
Okay, let's go.
They turned and headed back toward the large hospital room. On their way to the large hospital room, Junpei and Jun noticed Santa, standing next to door number 3. Junpei paused. What should he do? Let's talk. Junpei and Jun walked up to Santa. What are you doing? What, can't you tell? I'm checking out the red.
Why? Is something bothering you? What? It's not bothering you? Huh? This! The guts of this red! Why wouldn't you wonder who the hell put it back in here? Oh, right. That's true. I mean, I'm curious too, but... Well, who do you think did it? Santa's eyes narrowed as he looked at June. She shook her head. I don't know. Well, what about you, Junpei? Who do you think fixed this thing for us?
Snake, Lotus, Zero, or someone other than the 8 of them. Interesting. I mean, my first guess would be Snake, just because he's not here and he's the most sus. But I also always feel like the obvious answer is leading up for a misdirect. Lotus, I guess she's on the list because she was the first person back in the rooms, right? So she came back, and we're going off Lotus's word, which I actually didn't think about until this moment right now. We just accepted completely at face value that Lotus, she said, oh, well, I was the first one back here, and all of these things were already in place, but it wasn't me who put them in there. So I guess Lotus is actually a possibility. Here's the thing, though. I also have to answer as a player in the game. If I start saying I think Snake is suspicious, and he turns out to not be suspicious, this could throw a wrench in the works for me. If I say Lotus is suspicious, same deal. If I say Zero, it's a very safe answer. And it would technically also be correct if one of the 8 of us is Zero. It's kind of like saying, well, whichever one of us is Zero, I suppose, did it. So if I think that Snake is Zero, both statements could actually be true at the same time, don't you think? And then someone other than the 8 of us? Well, that would be neither Zero nor one of the 8 of us, which is weird. And I don't really know. I think the best way to answer this, much like a politician, is to go Zero. And I think that Zero might be Snake. But I don't have enough evidence to point that against him, other than the fact that I feel like the blind thing is really sus. So let's not throw stones at people and get ourselves in hot water. Let's say Zero. I think it was probably Zero. Why? Isn't it obvious? He's the guy who set this whole thing up. Don't you think that should mean the opposite, though? Seems to me like he didn't do it. I mean, who do you think took that stuff out in the first place? I think it was probably Zero. Yeah, exactly. Then why the hell would he put them back in after he'd taken them out himself? I don't know. Why did he put us on a ship in the first place? Alright, the man doesn't seem to operate under logic and reason. He seems to be a psychopath. It just doesn't make sense to me. Why do all that work? To make us suspicious. Yeah, I guess it makes sense. So then what happened? Who put that stuff in the reds? Junpei furrowed his brow. So in other words, one of us is the person who fixed the red. Bingo. We have a winner. But if that's true, then the person who did it doesn't want the rest of us to know that they fixed the red. Right. Why wouldn't they want us to know? No idea. Maybe if they come clean on that, it means we find out something else. Something bad about them. Okay, well, Snake shouldn't be able to find them because he's blind. If Snake found them, maybe it means that he's not actually blind. Maybe he is lying about his blindness. I just refuse to accept that he's actually blind. Something bad about them? I don't know. But whatever it is, it's gotta be worth hiding. Right. I think hiding that you're actually able to see is a pretty big lie. Of course. It could have something to do with Snake's disappearance. Do you think maybe they did something to Snake? It's not out of the question. Junpei stared at Santa. There was something about him that made Junpei wary. At first, he'd assumed the other man wasn't terribly clever, but Junpei was beginning to think he would need to re-evaluate that assessment. When Santa spoke again, his voice was quiet. Look, if you trust anybody in this game, you're gonna lose. You've got to be careful, Junpei. The person you trust the most could turn out to be the one who stabs you in the back. June! Are you plotting against me? With that depressing suggestion, he turned and quietly walked away. Junpei and June looked at one another and smiled, awkwardly. Sweetie. Where would we go next? That's all of the places. I guess we're done here. I guess we're gonna finish searching. Well, they looked everywhere they could think of, but Snake was nowhere to be found. Lotus looked around at 6 frustrated faces and spoke.
We can't keep looking for Snake. Wherever he is, it's not here. And we need to get moving.
Junpei couldn't disagree with what she was saying. Snake seemed to have completely disappeared. There was no point to wasting any more time. The others seemed to be having similar thoughts, but they stayed silent. Finally, 7 spoke.
Yeah, we don't got a choice. Lotus is right. We're not gonna find Snake. There's a problem, though. We gotta figure out who's gonna go through which door.
Yes. I have a proposal.
She walked back and forth across the floor, her heels clickety-clacketing against the wood. Finally, she stopped.
Why don't we decide on one person to sacrifice?
What? Sacrifice?
Right. Perhaps that's a bit of a harsh word, but yes. You've all figured it out by now, haven't you? We can't all make it through those doors. If we split into 2 teams of 4 and 3 people respectively, 3 people will be left behind. If we split into 2 teams of 5 and 2 respectively, 2 people are going to be left behind.
Wait, 4 and 3 is 7. Wait, what? 5 and 2, 6 and 7.
And if we split into 2 groups of 3 and leave 1 person out, then only 1 person will be left behind.
Leaving behind 3 people with 2 teams of 4 and 3. Ma'am, that is 10 people. What? Is she saying that, like, 3 people can't get through one of these doors, maybe? Maybe that's it. Not sure she was right. I think she might be right on the math, but I'm not going to take time to figure it out. So I'm going to say not sure. Lotus, you better explain this math to me like I'm fucking stupid, because I don't feel like doing it. Junpei wasn't quite sure that that was correct. Wait a minute. 2 people get left behind if we split into 5 and 2. And 1 person is left behind if we split into 3, 3, and 1. Yeah, I got that part. You can't go through the numbered doors with any less than 3 people. But if we split into 4 and 3, then why do 3 people have to be left behind?
Just run the numbers. Let's say we go through door 7 with 1, 4, 5, and 6. Who's left over?
3, 7, 8.
And what's the digital root for that?
It would be 9.
Exactly. But door 9 isn't here. That means 3, 7, and 8 won't be going anywhere. And that was just an example, of course. There are a lot of different combinations. But the result will always be the same.
Ma'am, how do you know all of this? What is your profession? Are you a statistician? A mathematician?
It doesn't matter which 4 it is. The 3 that are left over can't go through any of the doors.
Do I take her word? Is she right?
Go ahead. Calculate it if you have the time. You'll see. Anyways, that's how it is. Now if we can get back to my proposal. We only have to sacrifice 1 person if we split into 3, 3, and 1.
When 7 spoke, his voice was strained.
Then, you're saying we gotta decide who's gonna stay behind?
That's right. We do. Given our circumstances, It's logically and morally the best solution. If the other 6 of us are to survive, then one person has to sacrifice themselves. No! That's too cruel. What's so cruel about it? To just sacrifice someone like that? Well, what's your plan? Maybe we should sacrifice 2 people instead of just 1. Well, no, that's not what I meant! We shouldn't sacrifice anyone! I told you, that's not possible. Now wake up!
Whoa, calm down, you two. Santa stepped between Lotus and June. Look, what Lotus is trying to say is that you should aim to bring the greatest amount of happiness to the greatest amount of people, right? Right, well, first of all, how does Lotus feel about being the one sacrificed? I venture to say she probably wouldn't feel so great about that.
Exactly. That's how democracy works. And for that reason, I think the only fair way to decide who will be sacrificed is through a vote. What do you think? No! That's terrible! I'm not asking you, so shut the fuck up! What about you, Santa?
Me? Well, I guess I agree.
Alright, that's 1 vote for, counting mine, that's 2. 7.
I can't say I agree with you, but I guess we don't exactly have a choice here. If we don't do something, we're all gonna die.
I'm glad to see that you get it. If I can get 1 more vote, then it's decided. What about you, Clover?
Clover had moved away from the group and was sitting on one of the beds. Her whole body drooped. Junpei didn't know if she'd even heard Lotus's proposal. Lotus walked over to Clover and gently laid a hand on her shoulder.
Your brother has to be behind one of the numbered doors. We searched everywhere, but we didn't find him.
False! Well, maybe not necessarily false, but if it is true, if he went into a numbered door by himself, that means he would have died. Because that's what happened to guy number 1. Well, guy number 9. It's against the rules to go in a door with less than 3 people. 2, how would he have been able to open one of the doors with only his bracelet alone? He was number what? Number 2? Yeah, Snake Eyes. We're not looking at a number 2 door. So, I call bullshit, right?
Doesn't that mean that he would have had to have gone through one of them somehow?
Clover slowly lifted her face. Clover, she's lying to you!
Let's go look for him together, okay? If we sacrifice 1 person, we can go look for him. You agree with me, right?
Clover nodded once.
Then the motion carries.
Lotus spun around and walked toward Junpei.
Now, let's start a vote to...
That won't be necessary.
Ace had barely spoken for Lotus's entire speech, and everyone jumped a little bit. 6 pairs of eyes turned to look at him. He hadn't seemed to notice or even care.
I will stay.
A volunteer? What? Why? What's wrong with you? What's your damage?
That should solve our problem, yes?
Huh?
Ace! What are you saying? You can't do that, and that's not gonna solve anything.
June's voice shook, and she looked around desperately for someone to agree with her. Ace simply looked at her.
June, I'm afraid you may have misunderstood me. I said I would stay, but I never said I would sacrifice myself.
Huh?
I trust you. I trust each and every one of you. I believe you'll come back for me. Oh, there's one optimistic, and there's being optimistic, and there's being just plain nuts, my guy. You know those doors only go one way. You go in and you don't come back out. If we go through them, you won't be able to return, correct? Yeah. True, but that will not be the case once you've escaped from the ship. Are you sure? Please. I beg you, once you've escaped, come back to rescue me. Ideally, within the time limit that Zero gave us.
But that's ridiculous! There's no way we would get back in time. And finally, Junpei could hold his tongue no longer.
We've only got 5 hours left. We don't even know where the hell that we are. How on earth are we gonna find someone to come and rescue you?
Then perhaps you would prefer to stay instead of me? Or perhaps you would be willing to leave June behind?
Ace's voice was dignified, and without a hint of cruelty or malice. Junpei had no rebuttal.
So you see, there's no choice. I see we've come to our conclusion. Now go on. And don't worry yourselves about me. Just go quickly.
Junpei stood frozen by indecision, unable to move. June bit her lip so hard that Junpei feared she would break the skin. And Santa, well, he just stood against a wall and became aloof. Seven tore his beanie from his head and turned it over anxiously in his hands. Only Clover stared at Ace, with an expression Junpei was unable to decipher. Lotus's attitude, however, was quite different from the others.
Good. Let's accept this kind offer then.
She smiled, her eyes bright. Ace answered with a smile of his own.
Good. I think it's the best for me. Perhaps I'll be able to take a nap. Perhaps it's my age, but I get tired easily these days.
As he spoke, Ace lowered himself down to the floor next to one of the beds. From somewhere deep in the ship, Junpei suddenly heard the screeching of metal on metal. It was almost as if the ship were screaming. Would it really hold until their time limit was up? Already D-deck was flooded. In the sudden silence, the only sound was the sad metal wail of the ship. Unsurprisingly, it was Lotus who spoke first.
Well, what are you waiting for? We're wasting time. Why don't we hurry it up?
As if a spell had been broken, the others all began to talk at once.
Yeah, she's right. We should get going. It's all we can do right now.
7!
Seriously? Honestly, I was getting kind of sick of listening to all you guys talk. Yeah, you don't say.
I have to find my brother! But wait, all of you. Let's just calm down and think about this. There has to be a way to get everyone out. There has to be. Isn't that right, Jumpy? Say something.
Well, let's think. We might have already broken the rules. It's possible. It is possible that I'm not going to do the math, because I hate math. But one of you guys can do the math. It's possible that maybe, perhaps, if we had all 9 of us, if the 9th guy didn't break the rules, maybe we could split the teams among 9 people to always get through a door. But since we lost the 9th man, now the numbers game doesn't work anymore. So maybe it was like you needed to have everybody to get through it. Or now we end up in this fucked position where not everybody can get through it. At the same time, there's also the rule of only 5 people in a door. Maybe that compounds it. I really haven't been giving a lot of thought to that rule. So, I don't know. It seems like a pickle, doesn't it? There's gotta be another way. Junpei's words, they sounded hollow and fake.
Fine. Just forget about it. I'll figure it out on my own.
June spun around and ran toward Ace. He had slumped down next to the bed when June grabbed his arm and pulled.
Come on, Ace. Stand up. You can't give up yet. We just have to sit down together and think about this. And we'll figure out a way that we can all get out of here.
And then it happened.
Ace fell forward?
He slumped over onto the wooden floor, his body folded in half like a boxer out cold.
Ace!
June cried out and dropped to her knees beside him.
She put her arm around his neck and did her best to lift him up.
What happened? Say something!
She shook him frantically. His eyes fluttered open.
I'm all right. Oh my god, a fake out. God damn it, Ace, can you chill?
His voice was weak and slightly slurred.
How are you fine?
This... He held out his left arm and slowly opened his hand. It was a syringe in a small vial. The vial was empty. It had only recently been emptied. A few drops clung to the sides. There was a label taped to the side of the container. It read, Soparil Beta. Soparil Beta? Junpei had no idea what it meant, or what kind of medicine it might be. Did you use this?
Yeah. It's just an anesthetic. I'll be fine.
An anesthetic?
I found it earlier, while we were searching the hospital rooms. I thought it might be useful later. I didn't think I'd be using it on myself.
Well, why did you do it?
Well, didn't I tell you? I'd like to take a nap. I really am very tired.
Junpei knew that wasn't why he had done it. Ace had injected himself with an anesthetic to forestall Junpei and June's attempts to bring him along. An anesthetic. What did I say? Antiseptic? An anesthetic. If he couldn't move, there was nothing he could do. He injected himself so that they would be forced to leave him behind.
But Ace!
Is there something you want me to say? I'd just like to sleep. A little. Could you, keep it the fuck down?
No! Ace, don't fall asleep!
You feel warm. And comfy. I think I'm gonna have a nice dream about you.
Ace's eyelids drooped further and further. Almost as though he were dying.
Ace! Ace!
She shook his shoulder, again and again. But this time, he didn't respond. Only the gentle rising and falling of his chest told them that he was alive. Junpei was relieved to see he was, in fact, still breathing. He lifted Ace up off the floor and laid him on the bed he'd been leaning against. When Junpei turned around, Lotus gave him a look of pity.
Well, we really don't have a choice now. We can't let his sacrifice go to waste. Isn't that right?
She wasn't feeling any remorse. Junpei was sure of that. Still, he held no grounds upon which to oppose her. It felt wrong, but he had to agree. And then suddenly, Santa spoke. Yeah, but we're not done choosing yet, are we?
What? What do you mean?
Well, we haven't decided who's going in which door.
Oh, yes, right. That is true.
Well, enough of this screwing around. Why don't we decide? You first, Lotus. Which door do you want?
I want door number 8. It's the same number as my bracelet number.
Got it. Alright, you're 8. You're next, 7. Which one do you want? I don't know that that's how this works. Don't we have to make sure that our numbers line up correctly? Isn't that kind of a big deal?
I'll take 7. I can't get along with that old lady.
Oh, Lotus, do you feel the burn? You better go to a clinic and get that shit treated. Oh, you old hag.
Excuse me? What did you just say?
Her face distorted by rage. Lotus took a step towards 7. He threw up his hands and made a face like a child, caught with his hand in the cookie jar.
Oops.
You're going to get it next time.
Alright. She shot him a glare that would have melted steel, then turned and stalked off. Alright, who's next? Santa's gaze moved across the 3 people left. Finally, they stopped on Junpei. Junpei, which door do you want? At last. Junpei's mind was already made up. Uh-oh. Alright, it's time to think this through. So, there are 3 doors. Lotus is door 8. Which number is Junpei again? Am I number 5? Hey. Ace is 1, Snake Eyes is 2, Santa is 3, Clover is 4, I think that I'm 5, June is 6, 7 is 7, Lotus is 8, Deadman is 9. Yeah, I'm 5. So if I'm 5, and Lotus... Also, we need to split up into 2 teams of 3. So, by that calculation, technically door number 3 shouldn't even be an option. Because we can only go through 2 doors. So it might be interesting to say door number 3, because that would mean one of these other 2 people has to switch. Right? Yes. If I say door number 3, I'm shaking things up again. Other people need to switch because of me. Which could be interesting to see how that plays out. If I go through door number 8 with Lotus, that's 8 plus 5, which is like, what, 14? No, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Which means we would need June again. 6 would make 9. No, wait, not June. We would need 3, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We would need number 4. We would need Clover. It would be me, Lotus, and Clover. I don't really like Clover, and I don't really like Lotus. If I go through door number 7 with 7, that puts us at 12. 13, 14, 15, 16. That would also be with Clover. Right? Am I understanding this correctly? Am I going to be stuck with Clover no matter what? Yeah, we're always going to end up with Clover. Okay. So if I pick door number 3, how does that work? Maybe door number 3 goes with Santa? So door 7 is 7 and Clover. Door 8 is a Lotus and Clover. Door 3 is maybe Santa and June. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Well, no, it can't be Santa and June. That simply doesn't work out. Let's be honest, 7 earned your attention. I would pick 7 out of curiosity. What happens if I say door number 3? I'd like to go through door number 3. No.
No. Wrong. You can't.
Oh, right. Sorry. It's not possible. All right, well then don't give me the fucking option. All right, fine. I'll go through door number 7. Yeah. But that means I have to leave June alone with Lotus. I don't love that, but there's no way I can go with June, apparently. All right. I get the rules. I'm sorry. Okay, this was a mistake. Oh my god. All right. Yeah. Oh, I really fucked up. Okay. The game really fucking... Oh, wait, there are 3 plans. 3, 5, and 8 in door number 7. Go through door 8 with 4, 6, and 7. But Lotus said she wanted door number 8. So we can't do that plan. Okay. I'm sorry. Jesus Christ. Not me wasting time. Oh, no. I've activated a whole ass tutorial because I'm too stupid to do this correct. I'm sorry. I didn't know this is what the game was gonna do. Jesus. Fuck. Yeah, I get it. We're gonna be separated. We were friends since we were kids. She's gonna have to go with Lotus. I get it. Lotus is kind of a bitch. It sucks. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm thinking it over. I got it. If you choose 3, you're gonna be leaving 3. Yeah, I get it. Oh my god. Fucking hell. That was so obnoxious. Okay. Oh my god, I could... It still gives you the... Oh.
Excuse me, princess.
Tomla has just donated $2. You being told no for door 3. Sounds like this.
So, I could still choose door 3, which at this point feels like a troll, and a troll that will potentially lead to a game over. I'm going to concede. We'll go through door 7 with 7. Alright, fine. I'll go through door 7. Alright then. That means June's gotta go through 8.
What? Why?
June's face was blank and confused. Santa muttered to himself and turned toward Junpei. Junpei, you figured it out, right? Can you explain it to her? Oh my god, you just explained it to me! No, we're not doing this again. Oh my god. Uh-huh. Okay, so June's about to cry. I'm sorry, sweetheart.
Oh no! You're saying we aren't gonna see each other again for a long time.
Well, maybe we'll meet up at the next round of doors, sweetie. Junpei felt just as June did. He wanted to be at her side through whatever trials they were preparing to face. But he knew if they were to survive, he'd have to swallow his feelings. In order for the 6 of them to move forward, he and June had to be separated. He looked at June. He was scared to lose her, but he swallowed, steeled his resolve, and did his best to smile. Hey, come on! You're making it sound like we're not going to see each other again. We gotta split up, but it's only gonna be for a while. This is just like when we went in the number 4 and 5 doors, remember? We got split up then, but here we are. We all met back up. And I bet 7 and 8 are just like that.
You mean they're connected somewhere?
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
She didn't sound very hopeful. It was 7 that interjected.
I'm sure they're gonna connect somewhere.
What makes you think so?
Well, if they don't connect, then neither team is gonna be able to get through door 9. In other words, the game would end right here. And, Zero's been on top of his shit so far, so, I don't really think he'd blow it now. I'm damn sure that son of a bitch wants to have his fun as long as possible. He's not gonna end this game until we get through the 9 door.
That sounds like sound logic to me. June said nothing. The tears were gone, but her eyes were still sad as they looked at Junpei. He met them, and with what reassurance he could manage, he laid his hand gently on her shoulder. Everything's gonna be fine. We're gonna see each other again. I promise. June bit her lip and gave him an almost imperceptible nod.
Yeah, you promise?
Her voice was barely above a whisper. Santa's voice shattered the moment.
Yawns. You guys are done, right?
He stretched and continued. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Clover and I will both go into separate groups. I figure I'll take 8 and Clover can take 7. Any problems with that, Clover? Clover looked away and was silent for a moment.
Whatever.
It was more of a dismissal than an agreement, but Santa didn't seem to care. Well then, alright. Let's go then. Let's move! At Santa's commands, the group split and headed for their respective doors. Clover, 7, and Junpei walked toward door number 7. Santa, Lotus, and June headed for door number 8. For a long moment, they stood in front of the door. 7 took a deep breath.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go.
And so it begins. Boys, the door had opened. A narrow hallway stretched out before them. 7 and Clover leapt through the door. The moment they did, their bracelets began beeping. The detonators in the bracelets had been activated. Junpei stepped forward to follow them. But as he was about to step over the threshold, he stopped. He looked to his right, toward door number 8. June stood there, a mirror image of Junpei. She turned and looked toward him, and their eyes met. They both nodded. Their farewell took almost 1.5 seconds. Then, someone took a hold of Junpei's arms and hauled his body through the door.
Yeah, Bubs, I'm sorry you want to say goodbye to your girlfriend, but we gotta get there. We gotta get the alarm shut.
He heard the sound of the numbered door slam shut behind him. His bracelet gave a cold electronic beep.
Only 81 seconds left, Bub. There's no time to waste. We gotta get moving.
7 led the way down the hallway. Junpei and Clover followed him as fast as they could. After what seemed like far more than 81 seconds, they reached the end of the hall. To the left of the wooden door, they found the dead. There was no time to rest or catch their breath. All 3 slammed their hands in a quick succession over the scanner panel on the dead. Alright, we're safe, boys. Pants, aggressively.
Pants, aggressively!
I'm panting, aggressively! Still trying to catch his breath, Seven leans heavily against the wall.
Oh, it stopped.
His smile seemed forced and a little crooked.
Yo, this is the second time we've gone through one of these numbered doors, but, phew. You know, you never really get used to it.
He stood up straight, no longer out of breath, and wiped some of the sweat from his neck and his crack, his pussy and his crack. Clover smirked at him.
I would have thought a guy your size would have bigger balls than that.
Clover!
What? What the fuck did you just say to me? Why don't you say that again?
You have no...
Aw, you wanna die?
I'd like to see you try.
You fucking brat! Alright, let's go!
Alright, children, can we calm the fuck down? We're here as kidnap victims. It is not the time. It is not the place. And I am not Mother Teresa, alright? I will smack you both across the face if you don't shut the fuck up and start getting along with each other. Christ. It's like they're siblings. It's not gonna do us any good.
Gosh.
Junpei sighed. Sometimes he wondered if the doors and the puzzles were really the greatest challenge that they faced. Alright. You just wait here for a moment, alright? Daddy George is gonna take care of this. I'm gonna go see if there's any other doors. Phenomenal voice work. Thunder Phoenix, you butter me up. They didn't respond, but Junpei wasn't in the mood for a conversation anyway. Dogface, I thought this was gonna be a chill group. Well, first things first, he examined the inner part of the numbered door. It was, of course, shut tight. On the left was a single short hallway that terminated almost immediately at a thick iron wall. Junpei doubted that the wall could be moved. At last he gave up and returned to Seven, who was tapping lightly on the wooden door.
Oh, this door's the only option we've got, right?
Yeah, that looks to be the case. There was a metal plaque bolted above the door. It read, Operating Room. If it was to be believed, the room on the other side of the door was an operating room. Something about it made Junpei feel nervous.
Well, there's no real point in standing around here. We might as well go in and see what's waiting for us.
Seven grabbed the brass knob and slowly opened the door. The creak of the hinge sounded like the groan of an old woman. A chill snaked its way down Junpei's spine. Quickly, he gathered what courage he could, and he took the first step into the room. Seven followed, with Clover right behind them. Part of the room just past the door was obscured by a screen. Clover's curiosity got the better of her. She darted past Junpei to peer past the screen.
Yeah!
Her scream nearly blew out Junpei's eardrums. He and Seven ran toward Clover to see what had frightened her. They rounded the screen, and the cause of her outburst was immediately clear. Oh, God.
Oh, what the hell is this?
Is this a corpse? Is it? It looks kind of like a doll. It was something that looked kind of like a human lying across some sort of bed. No, not a bed. An operating table. The table sat on a rusty steel lift, and a cluster of bright operating lights were shone down on it from the ceiling. Slowly they approached. Oh yeah, it's a doll. As they got closer to the body, it became clear that it wasn't a body at all. Oh, what the hell? It's just a huge doll or something. It doesn't even have genitals.
A doll?
Clover did not look terribly comforted. Slowly, she approached the operating table and looked as intently as possible from as far away as possible.
Oh, phew.
Junpei could see her relax.
You're right. It's only a doll. Man, it really scared me.
She heaved a great sigh of relief and wiped a few drops of sweat from her forehead. Seven smirked.
Well, I guess it would have been weird if you if he had any actual balls.
Oh, you shut it! Don't you start with me, fat ass!
Oh, what's this? You want a piece of me, you goddamn short little bitch?
Yeah, you bring it on, you whale of a man! Children! I will turn this car right around and I will make sure that we all die here today if you don't shut the fuck up!
Ugh. Man. Take door 7, George. Door 7's gonna be such a fun time. Don't you want to spend time with 7 and Clover? Oh my god. No. I've turned into a parent. My aspirations in life is to be a dink. A dual income, no kid family. And near, I've got 2 fucking kids I gotta look after. Ugh. Son of a bitch. Alright. Knock it off.
Oh, jeez.
Junpei sighed, and he shook his head. Anyways, it looks like he's got something the 2 of you could stand to have a little more of. A heart. Yeah, there it is.
Oh, what? Oh, this. You mean his chest?
Yeah. It was set a little bit higher than what's normal for a human body, but from the shape of the organ, there could be no doubt that it was a heart.
Why would there be a heart in a doll?
I don't think that it's a doll.
Oh, you think maybe it's like a medical mannequin or something?
Or maybe it's got, maybe it's got more personal use?
Look at his fucking sprite. This fucking his fucking sprite face. You fucking oaf of a man, Jesus. 7's grin was more than just a little bit perverted. Clover glared at him. Anyway, why don't we take a look around this place? Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah, sure thing.
I'm getting a puzzle feeling. Yeah, there she is, boys. It's time
To seek a way out.
Alright, boys. Let's get looking for clues. Let's start with the obvious, right? The body.
These dolls are kind of creepy, you know.
Oh, hey, it says something here.
It says John.
Do you think that's this doll's name?
Well, maybe.
This thing is creepy.
I wonder why it's on the bed.
Yeah, me too. Can I look at it? A creepy medical mannequin is lying on the bed. Apparently, its name is John. Can I look closer at it? Nope, he's just lying there. That's all.
Hey, I wonder what this thing is. It says KG on the display.
Oh, you think maybe it's a scale?
Yeah, I do.
There's some sort of lid on this thing.
Why don't you try opening it?
I can't, there's no handle, and I can't get my nails under it either.
Great. Alright, so that's not usable at the moment. What else? How about the bed itself?
It's an operating table. Do you think the old operating tables looked like this?
I don't fucking know. Probably. What's this? A white cloth? Okay, can't really do anything with that. Cool beans. What's this? Oh god, a lot of medical equipment.
They use these for surgery, right? Let's see. Syringes, cups, a plate. And there's sort of scissor-ish thingies here, too.
Yep. There's a bunch of surgical tools on the table. One of them looks like a pair of scissors. Is that the one I can grab as an item? Nope. Okay, it's not letting me. Okay. Okay. Uh-huh. Alright. Let's go back then. What about this? Pull it off. Oh! Oh no, it's John's sister, Jessica!
Another medical mannequin.
From the look of it, this one appears to be a chick.
She has a name, too. It's Lucy.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
Oh, poor thing. Looks like old Miss Lucy here only has a head and a left arm.
Maybe we're supposed to gather all of her parts.
Oh, God, Jesus. There's some kind of device attached to the bed. It says kilogram on the panel. Is this a scale? I don't know.
This bed doesn't look very comfortable.
You don't say. Alright, so we got Lucy's head. Maybe something will happen if we gather all the body parts.
Oh, what's this thing? It's got these short iron legs.
Maybe it's a heater. There's nothing inside.
Damn it! Looks like it's probably a heater, but there's nothing in it. What about the pipes?
There's a pipe going outside.
Is that all there is to say? Let's go through the pipe.
Are you nuts? What the hell is wrong with you, Junpei? Are you flexible like an octopus or something?
Unfortunately not. Oh, look, it's Jessica's body. I mean Lucy's.
Ew, that's gross.
Oh, that's the chest, Bubs. It's a woman's chest. You know, the heart's gone from it, but, it's pretty hot.
If that kind of thing turns you on, Seven, then you're a real creepo.
Yeah, 7. What the fuck? Maybe you need to see some, like, living women naked.
Maybe you're supposed to heat something like that gauze, to kill the bacteria. There's a boiling thingy over there.
There's nothing on the lid or in the drawers. Can I look at this more closely? A thing for boiling tools to sterilize them. There's nothing in the drawer. Okay. Got it. Understood. Right? What else?
The drawer is empty.
Yep, nothing there. Alright. There's a whole bunch of bottles on the shelves. They all look like medicine. They've got labels, but they're all big medical words that I don't understand. Well, try me. I might know some of them. There's a lot of different kinds of medication. It's hard to tell them apart. At least give me a chance, game. There's nothing on the lower shelf. Great. Moving on. Let's start, before we get out of here, let's look at these things. Okay. Medical mannequin with its guts showing.
Ew, gross. All right, Clover, come on, we're in a medical room. You gotta stop saying that at every fucking anatomical model.
Oh, hey, Junpei. There's a slit in this thing's chest.
Yeah, 7. There is.
Oh, there's something in there. Maybe we could, get it out. Ugh! Oh, damn it. Stinking thing won't budge. It's stuck.
Well, I guess you can't use force on this one, then. We need something small that can fit into that little hole.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Duly noted, sweetie. How about a scalpel?
There's a lot of surgery stuff here.
There's some scalpels, a few pairs of forceps, and a couple of syringes. All of it's too rusty to be useful, though.
Hey, there's a scalpel here that looks new.
Yeah, can I grab it? We got it, boys. Nice. A scalpel that's not rusty. It seems like it was put here for a reason. Alright. Can I use scalpel on mannequin? Maybe. You can see its internal organs. If we had something that could fit into those cracks, maybe we could take it out. Some of the internal organs. Okay, I guess it's not the scalpel. Table with the scalpel and forceps. They're all rusty. Don't think they'll be real useful. Okay, got it. Curtain? No. Wooden partition. Nothing special about it. Got it. Alright. Moving on. What's over here? It's locked.
We can probably find the key if we just look some more. Let's look somewhere else.
Is that all? What about over this way? That's also locked. Guess we're gonna need a key for this one.
Junpei, where are you going?
And that's the door that we came through. Okay. Alright. So that's not the way. And they're nodding. Nice. Interesting. So... Is it time to operate on this guy? Nope, nope, nope. Maybe we can use the scalpel to cut open this thing? Something that looks like it could be a scale next to the operating table. It has something that looks like a lid on the front of it. Nope, okay. John is just lying there. Okay. Nope, nope. Oh, oops. We can put the chest down, right? Sitting on the bed. Maybe something will happen if we gather all of her body parts. Okay, I guess we can't do anything with the chest yet. Huh. Is there... Can I grab any of the items on here? Looks like a pair of scissors. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, okay. Here's the forceps. That's what Chat, I swear to you, I tried to grab these earlier, and because of my touchscreen, I think I clicked a little too far to the left and it didn't work. All right, can we forceps these bitches out? Oh, we got an organ. Interesting.
We took an organ thingy out of the chest thingy.
Oh, it's called a lung.
Oh, this part here on the back, it's all rubbery. So it's a fake organ.
Yeah, no shit. All right. Can we cut through the rubber part? I bet we can, dollface. Let's try cutting this organ with a scalpel. The key! Nice.
There's a key in this organ.
Found an internal organ key. All right, let's go open some doors, boys. Let's start with the one to the left. Cool, it's unlocked. Okay. Whoa! Oh, the rooms are getting a little bit bigger, are they? Alright, let's see. It's a piece of paper. What's this? It's some kind of medical record. New material has been added to the file screen. Okay. The medical record. Oh. John weighs 51.3 kilograms, and here is the weight of all of his body parts. Lucy weighs 53.2 kilograms. God damn, Lucy, I bet it's that rack that made you a little bit heavier than John. Nice. Alright, good to know. Her heart is a little bit lighter than John's. Interesting. Alright, that's probably gonna come in handy when it's time to build bodies. For now, I guess we leave it alone. Alright. What's this? Oh. There's a ray of light going through the beaker.
And it's hitting the thing on the right.
It is.
The white light on the top is glowing.
Yeah, but the red, blue, and purple ones still aren't lit. We must need to put something in the beaker. 4 different lights, each one a different color. White, red, blue, and purple. Does this thing react to something and then lights up? Alright, keep your eyes out for a prism, boys.
It won't open. It looks like it's locked. There's a red plate on it. Do you think that means something?
It matches the colors, right? Are all of them locked?
Yeah, the blue plate here seems a little suspicious, though.
And then purple. Yep, not opening. It's not even gonna budge. Alright. Understood.
Oh, it's a sink. You know, doctors and nurses probably wash their hands here before an operation. Nothing real suspicious here.
Are you sure? Doesn't look suspicious. What's in here, boys? Damn it, it's another locked door.
Do you think this is the exit?
I don't know, maybe.
Oh, what's this? It's a light switch? Doesn't seem to work.
Huh, that's sus. It ain't working. Okie doke. What's down here?
Ah!
Oh, what the hell are you doing? Don't you want to get out of here?
But I'm tired.
Alright, so she's just chilling. Alright. Let's try... Wait, what? Did I do this wrong? Wait, what? Oh, okay. God, my perception. Can we open this door? We can. Alright, let's take a look. Ooh, what are you? There's a note on top of the table. Iron equals 1, salt equals 2, water equals 3. Carbon dioxide is unknown, ammonia is unknown, ethanol unknown.
What do you think this is a hint for?
Maybe it's got something to do with this box. Let's look at it. Oh, this thing won't open. Is it locked?
You probably need to put in a passcode. I mean, jeez. We've even got a keypad on there. How much more obvious can you get?
I can only enter 3 numbers. E is for enter and C is for clear. Once you input the number... Yeah, okay. Let's give it a shot. What do you mean give it a shot? I have no clues to work with. Alright. 1, 2, 3. I don't know. Shocker. It didn't work. Alright. Can we look at these? Blue liquid. Oh, now we're getting somewhere. Okay, why don't you try pouring some of it into the cap? It's bright blue. Do you think it's alien blood? No, guys.
I think it's horseshoe crab blood.
And you all should too, because if you are a viewer of me, you should know that horseshoe crab blood is blue. Oh, where the hell did that come from?
Well, then what do you think it is, 7?
I don't know, some kind of bath soap?
Ugh, what a boring guess.
Oh my god, these two. Ugh, someone put them in timeout. Alright, here's the red liquid, that's good. That's 2 liquids down. What else can I do here?
Something stinks.
Is it coming from the bottle? It says NH3. Well, that of course stinks. It's ammonia, bubs. Can I take it, though? There's a bunch of ammonia on the shelf. Right. NH3. In other words, ammonia is made of 1 nitrogen and 3 hydrogens. Wait a second. Wait, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Oopsies. Let me look at that note again. Wait, how do I look at the note again? Wait. Okay. So, hypothesis here with the note. So, iron is an element. As in, you could have one singular atom. Salt is a compound, and if we're talking about table salt, it would be sodium chloride, sodium and then the chlorine together, which would be 2 atoms. And then water is a compound consisting of 3 atoms, dihydrogen oxide, so 2 hydrogens and an oxygen. So the iron, salt, water being 1, 2, 3, that would suggest your basic rules of chemistry of atoms. The element itself being just iron, salt, sodium chloride, water. So carbon dioxide, you would figure would also be 3 carbon and 2 oxygens. Ammonia, as he just said, NH3, we would assume that would be 4 nitrogen and 3 hydrogens. So I think we figured out that system. But what do I do with that information is what I don't know. So I think I get the clue system, but I don't know how it helps me with the password, because I don't know what 3 things to enter. Unless it's just the 3 unknowns. But I'm storing it in my brains, boys. I know where that's going. Oh, hey, Junpei! There's dihydrogen monoxide on the shelf. Why don't you just say water? Because the game has to make it obvious. Alright, so this is the water. This is how we figure it out, boys. Alright, this is the ammonia, that's the water. Yeah, there's the atoms. Oh, good stuff! Let's go for a drink! What are you talking about? This must be the ethanol! Oh, I'm talking about that bottle, Bubs! It says C2H5OH, isn't that right? Okay. One of the kids that I went to college with, wanted to drink, like, pure fucking ethanol. Which, actually, I don't know that we even keep pure fucking... We keep 70% ethanol. That is our spray bottles for sterilizing lab benches or to, like, wipe things down. Usually we do 70%. So, yeah. C2H5 is 7, and then an oxygen and a hydrogen would be 8 and 9. So then ethanol would be 9 atoms. So I think we've figured it out, boys. But once again, what do I do with the information? It's also known as ethyl alcohol.
Yeah, that's like what that's what booze is.
So? You're gonna drink it?
7.
You can't drink pure ethanol.
No, I won't. Might say that's what it is on the label, but there could be anything in there.
Jesus Christ, 7. Okay. So is this whole room just the different chemicals?
Junpei, do you think there's any slugs on the ship? If there were, I'm thinking we could put salt on them.
All right, yeah, there's the sodium chloride. Okay, oh, wow, she's real happy about it. Oh, putting salt on 7. All right, children, Jesus. And then here's the bottom of iron. Okay, so the good news is, friends, you don't need to know anything about science. The game is giving you everything with all of the atoms. I'm just wasting my time here. I've already solved that component of the puzzle. So, actually, I guess to that effect, perhaps the code is just the 3 unknowns? Maybe we have to do carbon dioxide, ammonia, and ethanol, which would be 3, 4, 9. Let's try and enter it and see if that works. Looks like you have to enter a passcode. I can only enter 3 numbers. Yeah, okay. Okay. Well, let's try it. Oh! What do you know? That was it. All right, look at that. We got an arm and we got a heart. Nice.
It's the arm of the body. It's kind of creepy.
Right. Okay. Heart. Got it. Nice. Is that all? An empty box. There's nothing left inside. Nice. We're still missing keys, though. We need to get keys. Bottle of... Oh, we did get liquids, though. I forgot. Okay, hang on. We're good. We're Gucci.
Do you think we should go back?
Yeah, I think that's probably for the best. Clover nodded and left. Junpei was about to follow her when he realized that 7 wasn't following suit. Hey 7, what's up?
Oh, well,
He looked up at Junpei distractedly, and then back down at the brown bottle he held cupped in his large hands. What's that? In response, 7 tossed the bottle gently to Junpei. He caught it and twisted it around to read the label. Ethylene diamine tartrate. Ethylene diamine tartrate.
EDT. It's tartaric ethylene diamine.
What kind of medicine is that?
It's not medicine, Bubs. It's an industrial strength detergent.
Why would they have something like that here?
Well, probably to clean stuff up.
Clean what up?
Fuck if I know. Still. It looks like it's cleaned my brain up.
What? Do you remember something? 7 nodded slowly and he spoke.
Well, I remember a story about EDT. It happened about 50 years ago. There was this factory somewhere in America making a big old EDT crystals. They were making it to sell as industrial strength cleaner, you know, like I told ya. But, about a year after the factory started up, something strange started happening with the crystals that they were building. Well, water molecules started attaching themselves to the EDT crystals. It made him into a sort of mutation of the original crystals, called a hydrate. Once the crystal turns into a hydrate, though, it's useless as a cleaner. The factory had to just dump the crystals. As a hydrate, they were useless. But, it didn't end there. You know, after that day, the same thing started happening in EDT factories everywhere. Even ones nowhere near the first American factory. They'd been making crystals the same way with the same materials and the same equipment and environment, but all of a sudden, every single crystal they formed, it turned into a hydrate.
Wow, it's almost the exact same story as the glycerin.
Yeah, in fact, ever since that day, no factory anywhere has been able to make a pure EDT crystal.
And both of these are almost exactly the same as people mysteriously obtaining the information of the dog picture.
Yeah, even in EDT research done years before, they'd never gotten a hydrate. But after it happens at the first factory, it just kind of spread. It was like, man, how do you say it? It's like the molecules were, like, communicating with one another. You know, transmitting information in ways humans couldn't perceive. And the phenomena spread throughout the world, right?
Junpei looked up at Seven, kind of with half a smirk. Seven stared at him dumbfounded.
Yeah, that's kind of exactly it. You know about that?
Well, Seven, I've heard a couple of stories just like that one.
Oh, when?
In the freezer.
Oh, what were you doing in a freezer, Bubs?
Junpei told Seven the story he'd heard from June in the freezer in the kitchen. How one day glycerin began to crystallize, and the story of ice that wouldn't melt at room temperature. When Junpei was done, Seven looked thoughtful and absent-mindedly rubbed the scar on his chin.
Ice that doesn't melt at room temperature, huh?
Does that sound familiar?
Oh yeah, you know, hold up. I feel like I remember something. It's right there on the tip of my brain.
His eyes stared off into space, as if he were trying desperately to focus on something that was far away. Do you know something about it, or know about Ice 9? I mean, let's give a specific. Or let's not, and see if he comes up with Ice 9 all on his own. Ooh, interesting. I don't know. Should we try to trigger his memory, or are we feeding information at that point? Let's be vague. Do you know something about it?
I told you I think I do. Just hold on.
Seven thought hard and mumbled to himself. Oh, I might have fucked it up. I should have jogged his memories. Yeah, he gave up. Fuck! Fuck, I ruined it. Fuck! Fuck! Aw, man. Sorry, chat. I probably was supposed to jog his memory with the Ice 9. I wanted to see if he would come up with it on his own. Oopsies. I feel like we just missed out on a healthy dose of lore. Ugh. I'm filled with regret.
Hey! What are you two doing over there? Stop wasting time and get over here!
Okay, we're coming.
Seven looked at Junpei.
Well, look. If I remember anything, I'll let you know, alright? Right now, we gotta get the hell out of this room.
Yeah, I'm working on it. Junpei was still occupied with the story that Seven had told him. Can you reload? Honestly, I'm willing to let it go. I haven't saved in a really long time. I'm not about to replay all of that just so I can get the new lore. It's a lost cause. I offer my sincerest apologies, but hey, I'm playing through the game blind. What can I do? If it's something that's super important that you have to get in the game, I feel like the game would give you a second chance. But they didn't, so we're just gonna go with it. We have to go back to the other room. Was it this one? It was this one. I need to go to my beakers, and I need my blue liquid.
Oh, hey! The blue light turned on.
And I heard a noise! It sounded like something unlocking.
Right. Let's go take a look. It must be the blue door. Haha! We've got a leg, boys. Alright, now let's do red. It's an empty, right, sorry. Red. Turn on my light. Alright. Get the red door. Open up this. And we got this. And now let's do purple. Alright, we're getting there, boys. Slowly but surely. Red plus... Ah, damn it. Red plus blue. Maketh purple.
Oh, I get it. You combined the red liquid and the blue liquid and made a purple one.
Good job, Junpei! The purple light came on, and I heard it unlock. I'm sure it's unlocked. The locker with the purple plate.
Yeah, I get it. Guys, I can solve a puzzle made for children. Jesus, I know my colors. I was taught them during my Pajama Sam walkthrough. Fake stomach. So we got both legs, we got an arm, a stomach, and a chest, and the other arm is already on the table. I think we have everything, boys. Can I start combining some of these? I cannot. Interesting. Okay. Well, I think we got most of what we need to build the body, so perhaps we should go to her. Let's help our lady friend. Yes. Madame? An old hard oh, sorry. Okay. Okay. So we've collected the 6 parts of the medical mannequin. The ones we've got must be for Lucy, right?
Yeah!
Oh, seems like it. I say we give Lucy her parts back. Any objections?
Nope. Alright, agreed. Alright, let's get started. Combine! Boys, we've built a woman.
Hey! Nothing happened.
It's odd. Maybe it's the wrong weight. Yeah, can I look at the weight? We probably have to mix and match body parts, right? Get the scale to a specific number. How are we going to do that? I think we're supposed to swap her body parts with John's. Yeah, I gathered that much. The screen below displays 2 medical mannequins. You can switch their body parts by touching any part you want to switch out, and then the part you want to switch in. Right. Alright. So. Oh, I can't look at my files anymore. Shit. Interesting. Well, we knew that she needed to be heavier. Wait, did that go up or down? His went down. Alright, so swap both legs. Right? Come on. Come on. There we go. Okay, we're getting there. Swap their stomachs. Fuck, I need to double check. Sorry, chat. Yeah. I know the... why can't I pull up the file screen? Okay, here we go. It's time to study, boys. Lucy needs to be 53.2. John needs to be 51.3. Got it. Lucy's heart is an even 2. Actually, easy enough to remember. All of Lucy's numbers are even. Sorry, even's not correct. All of Lucy's numbers are whole numbers. All of John's are not whole numbers, which is actually really helpful. But wait a second, then how does Lucy get to be 53.2? Maybe her head just weighs a lot or something, right? 6, 7... I don't know, maybe. Okay. Wait. Double checking. 53.2, 51.3. Got it. Okay. Try again. Alright, 51.3. So, this one is Lucy's heart, I think. Because it's a change of 0.3. It's 0.3 less. So that's Lucy's heart. That That's a start. So then... the chest... that stays the same. No, put that back. Put that back. Keep that. Wait, I need to look at it one more time. I'm sorry. No, I got that. Yeah, I'm looking at the medical record. I just didn't study it well enough. God damn. Shit. Okay. Everything is even, but let's see. So let's look at differences, because differences matter. The difference in the heart is 0.3. The difference in the chest is 0.2. Everything should be heavier on John. And yet Lucy is the heavier body. That's very interesting. 0.6, 0.5, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6. All right. 2, 3, 4, and 5, 5, and 6. Okay. By George, I think I've got it. Don't worry, chat. I'm in this. I only mentioning reloading for ease of convenience and saving some time later on, but it's alright. Zeph, the only problem with reloading is I have not saved before going, like, we've been playing for what, an hour and 40 minutes? I truly, like, if clicking a wrong dialogue box fucked me up so bad that I'm supposed to have to replay through an hour and a half of dialogue, quite honestly, I will be brutal here, I think that's bad game design. We missed the lore, I have to let it go. I'm not replaying an hour and a half of dialogue. That's simply too much. If it means that I don't get to get the best ending of the game, that sucks. We can YouTube it. But, like, that's insane to me, that clicking a wrong dialogue box would just lock something up like that. Anyways, I need to focus now. This is Lucy's heart. The chest has a difference of 0.2. Wait, all of these are the right parts, I think. Oh, so we just... Guys, I'm getting it. All of these parts are the same. So, in that case, we want... Hang on, reset this. To make Lucy 53.2, we need to add 2.2 kilograms of body weight. I need to do some math. We need to add 2.2 kilograms. We know that we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, but then 26, which is no bueno. 6, 10, 15, 20, 22. I think we do everything but the heart. I think we swap everything except for her heart. Let me see if that works. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, hey, Junpei! Oh, I just heard something. It came from John's operating table. We'd better check it out.
Okay. Let me go back to Johnny Boy.
Oh, hey, Junpei, look at the scale.
Alright, let's look at the scale. Huh? The lid on the scale. A key! Hey, it opened! Oh, I get it. It must have opened because we matched John's weight to what's on the chart. Yeah, no shit. Okay. Is that a 21? Or a 2 and a 4? Or a astrological sign? I don't know. Let's go to the door and use it. Okay. We're here. We're moving. Nope, not that one. This one. In here. Around the corner. Up to the door. Here we go. I think I've done it. Oh, hey. Hold on. Junpei stopped, about to put the key into the doorknob. What's up?
Oh, where's Clover?
Huh? Oh, son of a bitch. Junpei turned around, and Clover was nowhere to be seen. Oh, god damn it, where the hell did she go? Okay, just hold on a minute, I'll go get her.
Sure thing.
Junpei left Seven at the door and headed back to the operating room. He found her, standing next to the operating table. She was staring at the mannequin.
Clover. What's wrong, sweetie? Why don't we, get out of here?
She didn't respond. If she hadn't been standing up and breathing, Junpei might have thought that she was dead.
Sweetie! What are you doing? Do you want to come back here and say goodbye to John?
It wasn't the best joke, but it was something. An attempt. Lightening the mood. But Clover didn't laugh. She stood stock still and said nothing. Hey Clover, can you hear me? Perhaps it was something he'd said, or perhaps it was something else. Suddenly, her mouth opened, and she whispered in a dry, dead voice. My brother might be dead. Well, yeah, we've all been thinking it, but welcome to the club. Huh? That's why we couldn't find him. If he's dead, I'm gonna be next. Suddenly, the operating room felt very cold. What are you talking about? What's wrong with you? He gave her a small shake, but she still didn't respond. The silence grew heavier. Junpei, what do you want to do? Told Clover they need to leave or give her the 4-leaf clover. Aww. Hey, Clover. Do you want this little bookmark knick-knack? Alright. God, now I'm gonna feel the stress of picking all these choices. This whole time I thought they didn't matter at all. Oh yeah. He didn't know why, but suddenly Junpei remembered something he'd been given earlier. He reached into his pocket and dug it out. A 4-leaf clover. Santa had given it to him in the second-class room. He held it out to Clover. Did you know that each leaf on the 4-leaf clover means something? It means hope, faith, love, and luck. And I want you to take it. Man, not me stealing the riz of Santa. Why don't you use it as a good luck charm? He pressed the 4-leaf clover into her hand. Listen to me, Clover. No matter what happens, you can never lose hope. You have to remember what's most important, and that's to have faith, and to have love. If you can remember all of those, that'll bring you good luck. Snake, your brother. He's probably not dead. In fact, he's alive, and I'm sure of it. Because I think he's the villain. You just gotta believe in that. Clover stared at the 4-leaf clover in her hand. He could see tears start to form in the corners of her eyes. Thank you! Her voice was tiny and broken, and as she spoke, she started to cry. She tried to hide her tears by looking at the floor, but it did little good. She wiped away the tears with baggy arms of her jacket, with the baggy arms upon her jacket, and more quickly, the girl is crying. What do you want me to say? No matter how she tried, she couldn't stop crying. Her tears made small wet circles on the floor. Macadamia Nut, hello, welcome to the chat. Josh Scott, is this going to be my Halloween game for the year? It's going to be one of them. I am hoping that we can finish this game before Halloween and do something else. She said it again. Then she looked up at Junpei and seemed to choke down the last of her grief. She did her best to smile. Junpei wiped an errant tear from her cheek with his thumb and gave her the best smile that he could manage. Now come on, you short stack of nothing. Seven's waiting for us at the exit. Still, though, she didn't move.
Wait, before we go, there's something I want to ask you.
Yeah, what's that?
What do you think of when you hear the word experiment?
For a moment, his mind froze. Then he came back to his senses, and he realized the word meant nothing to him aside from the dictionary definition. What exactly do you mean?
Oh, I guess it was just a coincidence then. I mean that you knew about the four-leaf clover.
What? Look, I don't mean to be a jerk, but you're making less than no sense right now?
Oh, no, it's nothing. Just forget about it.
Okay. Do you really think I could just drop this? What does experiment mean to you? Clover looked away. The four-leaf clover was still in her hand. She stared at it for a long moment. Then she finally spoke.
You promise you won't tell anyone?
Cross my heart, and it looks like we might die.
Really?
Truly.
I can trust you, right?
Of course you can, sweetie.
Clover slipped the four-leaf clover into her pocket. Her eyes still red from crying, she looked up at Junpei.
Okay then, I'll tell you. I'll tell you what happened on this ship 9 years ago.
You lying bitch! Your brother isn't even blind, is he? Or his blindness was cured by an experiment. Or he is an experiment. You and your brother are up to no good. You know more than you're letting on. It's your fault. 9 years ago, you say. I'm sorry, I got a little carried away. What I meant to say was,
You can trust me, so tell me everything.
Wait. On the ship?
Yeah, the ship.
Junpei was entirely lost. He had over 1,000 questions, but it was probably best, he thought, to save them until Clover had finished.
It was an experiment to test some sort of psychic thing. Something about communicating through these fields that you can't see.
Oh god, we're really beating this point in, aren't we? Fields that you can't see, huh? You know, he'd heard something like this before. Clover nodded.
Like, think about this.
She pointed at the operating table. On top of it was a somewhat mismatched medical mannequin whose parts had been swapped with another mannequin.
This is John, right? But is he really John?
What?
Isn't this like Lock's socks?
What?
Or the ship of Theseus?
Ah, I know that one. Right. Is it the same ship if it's been completely restored, all the parts? Junpei grew even more confused. I know this one, Junpei. He had never heard of either of those things, although they sounded smart.
You don't know? You haven't heard of those paradoxes?
Junpei shook his head. Clover laughed.
Okay, we'll pay attention then. This is how Lock's socks works. Let's say I've got a pair of socks, and they're my favorite socks, but one of them gets a hole in it. What would you do if it was your sock?
Honestly, I'd probably throw it away, but I don't know, for the sake of this story, I guess we could say patch it up. Get some cloth and close up the hole.
But what if another hole opens?
Okay, so it's the same thing as the ship then. We eventually replace the whole sock. I'd add another patch, I suppose.
What if another hole opened after that?
Throw the whole thing away, it's garbage at this point.
Well, let's say you just keep adding new patches, until eventually the original cloth of the sock is totally gone. Once you get to that point, Can you really say they're the same socks you started with?
I guess not? Junpei crossed his arms. So, that's the locked socks thing.
Yeah, the ship of Theseus is a lot like it.
The ship of Theseus. If you keep fixing the damaged parts of a ship, eventually it ends up with none of the parts it started with. Would you really be able to say that the ship is still the ship of Theseus that you started with? And what if you took all the old parts from the first ship and then built another one somewhere else? Then, which ship is the real ship of Theseus? The one you repaired? Or the one that you built with all original parts? It's an interesting question. And Clover could see that Junpei was intrigued.
Hey! Do you think it's the same?
What's the same?
These guys! Is this John? Or is it Lucy now?
Junpei looked at the operating table again. A mannequin full of body parts from a different body. Clover had been right. It was just like Lock Socks in the show. Well, no, it's not exactly like it, because it's still John's head, and that's probably the most important part of the body, because John's head would house John's brain, and your brain is you.
Boys, if there's one lesson to take away from chat, it is that all behavior is rooted in nervous system activity. You do not think with your heart, you think with your brain. Your brain is you. You can't transplant a brain because your brain is you. Your brain is your identity, your world, your perception. Perception is reality. You perceive with the nervous system. It's all in the nervous system.
And that is why it blows my mind that people do not take the nervous system and the brain into account at all when it comes to things like gender identity. They're literally like, well, you have a penis, so you have to be a boy. But your reality is your nervous system. Also, they've done studies on the brains of like gay men. Not transgender rights has really been slower moving, so there hasn't been enough study on it. But they've found that with gay men, there are certain regions of the brain, like the suprachiasmatic, the third nucleus of the anterior hypothalamus, that have size differences between men and women. And in gay men, it looks more like a woman's brain. Food for thought. The part of the body that holds a person's identity is the head. Of course, for many hundreds of years, conventional wisdom held that a man's identity resided in his heart, or any other number of internal organs. Yeah, because people were stupid. And the heart is so symbolic. People are, oh, you love from your heart. Oh, we talk about the moment that you get a heartbeat. Guys, you can swap your heart with another person's heart. We have heart transplants. You know what we don't have? We don't have brain transplants. And it'd be pretty fucking wacky to figure out how that works. But fuck me, right? Let's not take people's brains into account, because it's all just about their body parts. John's head and heart were both his, but apart from that, and a single arm, the rest of his body had once been Lucy's. Was that mannequin really John?
We're just like these mannequins.
She looked at Junpei again.
Think about it. The cells in our body change every day. Old ones die and new ones are born. Maybe part of my arm is made of stuff from a fish I ate once.
Well, yeah, kind. In the sense that, yeah, you take in nutrients, those nutrients go into your body, those nutrients will be used in the production of proteins in your cells. Yes, quite literally, the phrase "you are what you eat," I mean, it's based in reality.
Or maybe part of your right side is made from a cow that you ate. If you take it a little further, those cows and fishes are made from something else too, right? And that's how we're all connected. Through fields that can't be seen with the naked eye.
The silence was broken by 7.
Hey! The fuck is taking you two so long?
We are having an existential crisis? 7's head appeared in the doorway. He was simply not happy.
How long are you gonna make me wait? You know, we don't really have time to be screwing around now.
Junpei and Clover looked at each other. Clover looked at Junpei as if to say there was more she wanted to tell him. She shook her head. Whatever she had to tell him, she didn't want to tell him in front of Seven. Seven seemed to catch on.
Oh, what were you two doing? Is this some sort of a secret
Meeting? Yeah, and you interrupted. I wanted to learn more about what happens on this ship, not the... I didn't want to hear a history lesson on the ship of Theseus and Locke's socks. I need to know what happened on this ship, Hunty!
No! It wasn't a secret meeting. We were just...
Just what?
Playing?
Yeah, we were playing with the mannequins. Let's go, Junpei.
Moving a little bit too fast to be entirely innocent, Clover headed to the exit. Seven stared after her, and then he turned to Junpei with an amused expression.
Playing with the mannequins, huh? And you thought I was the pervert. I didn't know you were into that kind of thing, Junpei.
Whoa, what? Well, but you're a dick. Can I see her? What? Junpei dashed past him and traced Clover's path to the door. With a short laugh, Seven followed. They stood looking at the door. Junpei took out the Jupiter key. Alright, I'm gonna open it now. Is that cool?
You don't need to keep asking me, Bobs. Just do it, alright?
Alright, fine then. He slid the key into the hole and turned it. He felt it unlock. The door opened with a soft, melancholy creak. Beyond it lay a simple, white hallway. There was no fanfare, nor confetti. Obviously, there was no one there to applaud them. They simply walked through the door, and that was it. Alright, let's get going.
Oh, hey, man, what was up with you? You're so serious, you know? Can't you, sound a little more happy? You know, get a little excited.
No, not really. Junpei turned away from Seven and took his first step down the simple white hallway.
My brother might be dead. I am going to be next.
Clover had told him only a few minutes before that her brother was probably dead and that she was likely to follow him. How could he pretend to be happy after hearing something like that? I don't know, they don't get fanfare, but we do. We get that nice, beautiful, you found it. Chef's kiss. I did great, boys. So they left the operating room. And the hallway would take them around several corners, past several doors, all of them locked, until at last, the final door was hidden in a corner of the hall. And Junpei would grab that handle. As he made to push it open, a voice would stop him, though. The voice came from behind him, and it belonged to neither Seven nor Clover. Whose voice was it? Boys, you're gonna have to wait! Some voice stopped Junpei, and we're not gonna find out whose it was until tomorrow. That's what we're gonna call it for a stream. What a twist. What a cliffhanger. A cliffhanger? A cliffhanger. Boys, thank you for hanging out with me tonight. I hope you're invested in the story. I hope you are interested to see where it goes, and I hope you want to find out whose voice it was. You'll have to join me tomorrow at 7 o'clock Eastern Time, where we continue streaming through 999, 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors, the game with zero. Every time I fuck it up. If you guys could please leave a like on the stream, the engagement is super helpful. To my donors today, thank you. And that includes John Thomas's delayed donation for the shot donation and my water donations. I am, in fact, staying hydrated. Thank you, gentlemen. Yum. Delicious. Nutritious. Oh, my God. Tom Leah.
Tomla has just donated $4. Good night, George. Say, if we do to the build your pizza thing, what brand pizza would you be getting? Like Domino's or SMTH else?
We actually have quite a bit of good pizza options to eat from here in Buffalo. We are not limited to the chains like Domino's. That's more of like if it's really, really late at night and nothing else is open. Personally, I have a couple of favorite pizza places in my area that range from Carbone's to Franco's to Bocce's Pizza. There's a couple to pick from. They all have good things to talk about. We can talk about it more, though. In the next one, we have a lot of great local pizzerias, is what I'm getting at. All right, that is going to be it for me. I will see you in the next one, boys. Thank you for the donation, Tamlia. Again, thank you, donors. Your donations
Are very helpful.
All right, boys. Toodles.